Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's your buddy Bill, and you know when you hear me up front on an episode that means there's trouble ahead. So in this one, yeah, a little bit. There's some buzzing and stuff that, we got a new board, got some new equipment. I don't know what was going on, but there's some robotic kind of weird clipping stuff that happens at a couple points in the episode. So when that happens, just relax. Don't get nervous. It's gonna go away pretty quickly. Maybe not as soon as it starts, but because it does get more intense as it goes. So we'll see what happens as I edit it. But just know that once you start to hear it, I'm aware. I'm working on it, and I'll try to make the episodes bearable as possible. Appreciate your patience and putting up with us. Hopefully we get this straightened out by next week. Thanks for listening. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for supporting the show. Love you.
You're listening to the Wicked Theory Podcast.
We're very happy to have you back, even for a short visit.
And here we go.
Broadcasting to you live from Zartan's wardrobe closet inside the Cobra Terror Dome. This is the Wicked Theory Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the Wicked Theory Podcast, episode 149. I got some friends, I got some family. It's a holy shit scenario. I hope you love it. I hope you like it. I hope you come back next week. Show's over. Goodbye. I got my buddy Jay. That sounds about right. We got Ed.
Fun was dropping acid in the 60s. Fun was streaking at my sister's prom. Fun was staging a sit-in at a titty bar on Sunset. This is very bad Fellini we're about to enter into.
Okay, there's that. And there's Brother Bob on guitar, hanging out. And then special guest hanging out. He hasn't been in a while. Brother Tom.
What up, what up, what up?
What up, what up, what up? Brother Tom. Brother Tom, he's back. You haven't seen him here, or heard him rather, since, I don't know, I should have looked it up.
3, 4, 5.
Episode something or other?
It's in the single digits, I believe.
It's gotta be in the doubles.
Yeah, no.
You know who might know? Wesley.
Yeah.
Wesley, the most dedicated listener.
It's my new partner in crime.
Oh, my brother Tom, right?
Yeah.
You guys are hitting it off pretty good.
Hitting it hard so far. Hey.
People should be nervous. I'll just say that. Mostly, just basically alert the authorities.
You should start the Wicked Theory Bail Fund.
Start it now? A little preemptive thing, kind of, right? I got it. It makes sense. real quick thing. It reminds me,
I'm not joking.
Dom's dad, Big Dom. His line is, if I ever hit the lotto, the first thing you got to do is set up a rehab appointment. Just preemptively, let's get that in line, just in case. All right, so I have to come down. Me personally, I have to come down.
Try from your
you're
gain.
pretty powerful right now.
Try from your gain.
My gain was a little too high, I guess.
Yeah,
I was probably, and again, I was eating the microphone. Mm-hmm. So I'll just try to say a fist away.
Mm-hmm.
Eating the
a fist away.
Huh?
Yeah, some snacks are too good to resist. But I said it before, this is episode 149.
Happy St. Patrick's Day to the Sweeney boys.
Oh, okay.
And to me, because I've been celebrating
That's good.
for the last 3 hours.
Yeah, that seems about right.
4.
St. Patrick's Day. I brought some Guinness and cheese.
Speaking of something green.
And cheese doodles.
There you go.
Yeah.
So there's nothing that says St. Patty's Day like cheese doodles.
Well, yeah, but the Guinness makes up for it. Guinness is pretty Irish, though.
Huh?
Guinness is pretty Irish, though.
Or why is cheese doodles?
No, but I'm saying that makes up for it. Like, the one thing he brought was so freaking Irish.
Oh,
Like,
right.
you know what I mean? Like, you can't have a more Irish drink, I think, than either, like,
Too bad I'm not a dark beer guy. Never was.
Well,
You don't like the stout?
No.
I like
It's a
it
fucking meal, man. It's fucking like I'd rather have a fucking slice of slab.
because it takes a while.
it's just random thump, the guitar. I didn't know what Bob was
Johnny
doing.
Walker Black.
You
is
thought it was
really
the board.
Not a meal. It's the perfect drink.
Little Johnny Walker Black fans in the house. So,
Yeah, you're
let's
right.
get to the official stuff. Get this out of the way, all right? We're going to do some news. We're going to do some reviews. I don't know. There's not much in there as far as reviews go, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We got a chat room game to give to the kids in there to do.
Yes, we
to
do.
play around and to get frisky. We're going to check the emails, see if we got any of those in a little while. Well, near the end. People want to get one in, they still can if they're listening live.
Yeah.
Podcast at wickedtheory.com.
Yep.
We got a Facebook page people sometimes go check out.
Yes, we do.
There's a caption contest thing there. That's not really a contest, but it's definitely, hey, caption this picture.
Ooh.
Ed's got a DC TV report that's going live tonight at midnight,
Yes.
New York time.
Yep.
Anything special you want to tease about it?
Oh, there was a great dance.
All right, we're done.
And Poison Ivy came out in full force on Gotham.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Do you think because it's St. Patrick's Day that had anything to do with it, with her wearing green and all?
Yeah. I mean, she doesn't really wear green.
But she must be Irish. She's a redhead.
Sure. Why
Sure.
not?
Why not? They don't really address it.
I mean,
What's her real last name?
Ivy Pepper.
Yeah, doesn't seem Irish.
No.
I know a girl named Ivy Pepper. Not the same kind of, Ivy Pepper you might refer to, though.
She was spicy, though,
She was a
right?
little spicy
She was a little
dish.
spicy. I had a feeling. All right,
Down
people.
in Bayonne.
She was hot.
See, Tommy knows it, too.
Well, a name like that, she's probably a stripper.
Conquer the same ground.
So the two of you should probably go get shots together.
Oh, we're going to do it.
Shots at the bar and shots at the clinic. I gotcha.
That's what I was
We're
doing.
going to Lee's Tavern after this.
Yeah. Oh, and the Legends of Tomorrow met Elvis.
All right, moving on. Moving on,
He was
man.
playing a haunted guitar.
Of course he was.
Meanwhile,
Yeah, meanwhile. All right. Meanwhile, who's in the chat room, Ed? What do we got hanging out?
We got some fresh faces. We got Benny Livewire. We
Yeah.
got Zombie John.
Yeah.
Wesley. Agent Palmer.
Heyo.
And someone named Yo Bro Radio.
Yo, bro, radio. So, hey, you know what I did last night? I did a 3-hour mic test on Mixler and just to entertain myself and let other people listen.
Kicks and giggles.
For kicks and giggles. It started as a mic test, and then people started wandering in. So I was like, okay. And I made some friends.
Cool.
This guy here, that's Ham from Yo Bro Radio. People should check out his show, also on Mixler. Check out their show reel. They've got some stuff there. I started dabbing, sampling stuff real quick. It was late by the time I got off, so I really couldn't stay up and sample like long.
Yeah.
But they got regular episodes, and they got like these kind of like more a little bit looser kind of like music kind of power pods, I think they call them. But they're just kind of like there's no format. They're just playing songs and talking over them and shit like that. But you should just check it out. People should just check it out. It was good times. So Nautical is a new person that might be in the chat room.
Okay.
Isn't that a line of clothing?
And
That's Nautica.
They were in there earlier, but they're not now.
okay, but Nautical and NZ is another listener who was hanging out last night. New friends.
Okay.
So there's that. Yeah, let's give these kids something to do. I got a chat room game.
Yeah.
what do we got?
So the hashtag for today is make a movie smarter or dumber. Examples include Citizen Brain or Lock, Stock, and Two Stupid Idiots.
And that's the best I could do. Okay. So
fucking horror.
exactly, Jay. Exactly. So it's real easy to do better than that, I guess, is the setup on that. So get at it, kids. Have fun. Play with that. Do what you like.
There we go.
Yeah. So just this new setup is just driving me crazy.
Oh,
I'm
yeah?
just gonna say that. Yeah. Just in general.
Why, man?
Just because I'm insane.
I'm here.
It's going to take some getting used
You're
to.
gonna be
Yeah.
alright.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Everything is gonna be all right.
But is it?
Yeah, man.
All right.
Ari.
All right. Let's move it along.
Have a drink.
Okay.
Let's get into some news. Let's do the news. All right. It's 10 after. I mean, come on. It's 10 after 7. Do you know where your news is? News o'clock. Oh, it's the news time.
Satan.
It's news time.
Satan.
So,
Ed, what's going on in the world
Parker.
of stuff that we give a shit about?
so Warner Brothers has just tapped Ava DuVernay
You don't say.
of
God
Wrinkle
bless
in
you.
Time and Selma fame
Yeah.
to direct a New Gods movie. What the fuck is going on?
So people who don't know what New Gods is, this is DC Comics stuff at its like most left, where it's
Jack Kirby's
like-
Fourth World.
yeah.
It's like Sandman kind of stuff.
No, it's like okay, like Jack Kirby, like when he was doing. It's like he got to go play in DC's sandbox. He left Marvel, and DC was like, "You can do whatever you want." He was like, "Okay, I'm going to create like literally new gods." It's like the gods like of Olympus and all that shit kind of collapse, and these new gods rise up. But you know, because it's Jack Kirby, they all look like Thor secondhand characters from the '60s.
Okay.
So it's out there. It does its own fuck. If you thought Inhumans might be impenetrable, because it's like, you know, this whole kind of other thing. Like this does something not similar, but I mean in that way, where it's like this is some you got to be DC nerd.
Yeah, I mean, this is Jack Kirby after working with Joe Simon and Stan Lee for 30, 40 years, where he was just doing art.
Where everybody had to have the names with the first letter the same, and the first name and the last name.
Fair enough.
This DC finally said, okay, we'll let you write too, and it's incredibly imaginative. Some of the most beautiful artwork and sprawling imagination. But yeah, this is really hard.
Okay.
Like I don't even know, like cinematically, even today, if technology's caught up to handle the new gods.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're talking a Cerberus level of confusing.
I mean, it's not really confusing, you know.
It's just its own thing where it's like, you know, like
it's so unique to comics.
that's the thing too. It's gonna feel like just very other-ish, like which is kind of maybe in its favor. Like nobody knows it, so it can come in and be like the next Dune. Or something like that, where it's this whole new kind of sci-fi-ish world thing.
Well, we're getting a new Dune.
Yeah, well, there's that too.
Yeah.
But so be on the lookout for that. Like, you know what I mean? It's a new deal. But what I think is interesting is that people might be like, oh, she seems like an interesting choice for it. But supposedly she's a big fan. Like a long time ago, somebody on Twitter had asked her, oh, who's your favorite DC character? And she said Big Barda.
Oh wow!
Who, like you have to know, is basically one of the characters from this.
Yeah, I mean,
but
like if you
for her to say that out of nowhere, she says Big Barda for many reasons.
So like if you could see Big Barda, if you could see Orion, Mr. Miracle. If I get to see a live action version of Mr. Miracle, and he's got that funky red, blue, and yellow, red, green, and yellow costume.
Would you die, Ed? Ed, would you die?
I don't know. I don't know if my brain can handle it.
No,
I don't think it could.
By the time that comes to screen, his head is already going to have exploded from watching Shazam.
But also,
That's true.
Yeah.
You'll already be dead from that.
All right. So here's the other thing, and this is my ongoing thing with Warner Brothers.
He just came in his pants.
Yeah.
Just by mentioning
Just by
Shazam.
mention.
Okay.
Stop it.
Shazam.
That's enough. That's
That's
disgusting.
All right.
He's a 12-year-old kid. All right, leave him alone.
They do that.
Poor
It's
Billy.
what 12-year-old boys do.
Poor Billy Batson.
A lot of.
Anyway, I'm just sick of Warner Brothers announcing shit before they know what's going to happen. Like,
Well,
I don't
you know.
even want to know about this until we're ready to go into production.
Well,
Because
I-
you had that whole Batgirl movie that Joss Whedon was doing.
Fair enough.
You know.
I think sometimes what ends up happening is that things get away from them, and then it's like, okay, we have to kind of admit to it, or we have to kind of fess up to it.
You
So
know.
we'll see. Well, let's move along. There's not a lot here really at this stage. We can go on about it, but you know,
Except Ed's dismay.
yeah, much to your and my
I'm just
chagrin,
like,
we're the only guys who know
really?
this obscure material.
Really, let's get a Justice League movie right before we go on to New Gods. Let's
Look,
you know what?
I can't bell for you.
Yeah.
You know, can't argue that. Can't argue that.
One more.
Well, they are on a good trajectory. Maybe by the time they get to releasing New Gods, we'll be on a positive trajectory, a purely positive trajectory.
One can only hope. One can only
I
hope.
mean, we do have some positive stuff that's happened recently.
Right.
So speaking of superhero movies that are
Okay.
that are working,
Right.
so evidently within 6 hours, Avengers Infinity War beat Black Panther's record for pre-sales. in tickets.
For the first day.
Yes.
First day pre-sale records. That Black Panther was doing nothing but beating all previous records. This thing,
This thing just
Yeah.
trounced
6
it.
hours. In 6 hours.
Yeah. Now I will say there's no number on here, so I don't
Yeah.
know what that means. You know, that could be $20 million. That could be. It could be $5 million. Don't know how much of that impacts the actual
Well,
box
well, we
office.
know that it sold like $170 million before Black Panther dropped. So we do have that number, but that's a ways off yet.
Well, one of the reasons too. Well, I guess we really don't have to get into it. There is a breakdown in this thing of like they gave some of these people a poll on the way out on purchasing the tickets, the online stuff. So from a poll of more than 1,000 moviegoers, they asked them about like what they know of this, right? So 97% can't wait to see how the heroes work together, just yada yada yada. But 71 said that they had already seen Big Black Panther on the screen, and 70% said that seeing Black Panther made them more excited for Avengers Infinity War, which I thought was an interesting number. You know what I mean? It doesn't really reflect a large, you know.
Right. Well, maybe that does mean that people outside of nerds are getting really, really excited at this point for the next coming superhero movie, whatever that may actually be.
Yeah. Well, I think right. I think at the very least that reflects for this one. Yeah. It gets hot in here quick. Yeah.
Can I say something real quick?
No. Okay.
Okay.
Fair.
No, I got an email, and it said that the Avengers Infinity War tickets were going on sale right away. So I immediately went onto AMC website, and I actually got tickets.
Nice.
However, I got it for the 12 o'clock midnight show because the 6 o'clock, the 7 o'clock are all sold out already.
Really? Already?
In the matter of 10 minutes. These motherfuckers were out there refreshing the goddamn
You're going to
site.
have like 36 friggin' superheroes on screen at the same time. It's going to be insane.
It's amazing, but there's no Jeremy Renner to be found.
Well, not in the trailer yet, but he's got to be in there.
I'm sure.
He's got to be in there. They might be saving him
for something special.
Because it seems like the more you look at that trailer, the more it is they're leaving out a lot of interesting key stuff that they don't need to.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But they were sure to actually bring in the Guardians.
The Guardians, well, everybody that they want to make sure, like Black Panther's got a nice presence. I mean, obviously it's in Wakanda, but Guardians have a nice presence in that trailer. Thanos, you get a good feel for Thanos a little bit.
Yeah.
And the whole Gamora connection.
But allow me to say, man, what a hell of a trailer.
Yeah, pretty good stuff.
So I'm ready for that. I'll be there at midnight Thursday night.
I wouldn't know. I gave him trailers for lunch.
Well, let me just tell you, Ed, when Thanos goes to put the swat, goes to put the smackdown on Cap, and
He
Cap
didn't give up trailers for
Cap
that.
grabs his big hand like a little baby and grabs the first finger and the pinky.
That's enough.
And that's what he's holding to hold it back. And he's making poopy in my pants face.
I don't know.
Yo, man, it's worth the price of admission alone. All right, let us know how we're sounding, if we're still choppy and bubbly, and how this works, if it's still going on.
Let me address
Is this thing on?
the chat room. How am I sounding? It's good?
Is this thing on?
Yeah. Just kind of hoping and praying and hoping and praying. It's basically what we're doing right now.
Yep.
Let's see. Just waiting on a word. Yeah, all good now. Okie dokie. Yeah, so, yes, Wesley's right. Last night when I was doing the live thing, I don't know if it's because of the new setup on Mixler, because actually I just downloaded the newest version, or if it's because we have the new board, or a combination of the two.
Yeah.
Suggestion that we had was to adjust the bit rate, but to adjust the bit rate,
yes,
they want more money. That's the next tier on Mixler.
Yeah.
If you want to be able to adjust your own bit rate. So I really don't know if this is something that's is really fixable.
We're going to chalk this up to your fault. And we're going to chalk this up to your fault, and we're going to move on to the next
right,
news.
and just let them know that it could happen again. Do keep us abreast, because we can't hear it on our end.
We're going to pop.
Yeah, it does not come through our headphones like that.
So don't say words like
it's only on you guys.
Okay.
Or pickle. Or prostitute.
I don't think... Jay, that's not the problem.
Okay.
So you wanted the next news piece?
Yeah, let's roll on to the next
What's the next piece?
So Danny Boyle has confirmed that he's working on the next James Bond movie.
Cash!
Danny Boyle, who many know for Train Spotting or Slumdog Millionaire.
28 days later.
28 days later.
Sunshine.
Yeah. So there was a rumor because evidently Purvis and Wade, the two guys who co-wrote the last couple Bond movies, had already written a script, and then Danny Boyle came out of the blue and said, "I have an idea." And Barbara.
I have an idea.
More like that, yeah.
Yeah, Barbara Broccoli was like, "Okay, I'll listen to your idea, and if we like it, we'll throw out these other 2 guys' scripts." And evidently now Danny Boyle's gonna direct a James Bond movie.
Good for him.
All right.
So, yeah, I'm excited for that.
Cash.
boy.
And it's Daniel Craig. Do you think? I think this might be Daniel Craig's last James Bond movie.
Okay.
Which I think he's done a serviceable job, but it seems like every time he comes out of it, he's really tired.
Oh.
Anyone? Am I the only James Bond fan at the table?
No, you're not. You know I'm a fan.
I like the modern
Alright.
stuff. I like the recent
Yeah.
shit. I'm not like somebody that's like...
I'm just a little intoxicated, and Bill's trying to make sure that I don't go off the rails.
I'm keeping an eye on way too much right now.
We're 20 minutes in. No, but you're not one up for you don't want to get a little octopusy on.
This is what happens when you guys
don't,
get here at 4 o'clock.
What, like...
You don't check out of those Spy Who Loved Me? Any of the good Roger
No,
Moore
I
movies?
feel like what I've seen. They're all the same. Like I know that it's like it's gadgets galore.
Yeah.
And I don't know which ones I have seen, but it's like
Pussy galore.
they're kind of like they're campy in their kind of way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like it doesn't really kind of draw me in.
No?
Not like
It's a very
that.
British way. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah. I have a problem with camp.
Yeah.
There's certain James Bond films that you should watch. Like Goldfinger is one.
Yeah.
A Man with the Golden Gun is really damn good. Spy Who Loved Me, you just mentioned.
Yeah. My
Yeah.
favorite's From Russia with Love. To me, that's like the perfect James Bond movie.
See, I'm a Roger Moore guy. I grew up with Roger Moore.
Oh,
See, but
okay.
that you said camp before. See, Roger Moore was that great, perfect '70s camp
Yeah.
that makes it fun for me.
Yeah. And and even in the movies, like it kind of goes back and forth. You know what I mean, on how much the camp is even in there. Like Timothy Dalton shit at times feels pretty straightforward, or Pierce Brosnan feels straightforward. And then something kind of a little, all right, the car's got skis. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Dalton, very, very underrated. Seriously.
Yeah.
I
No,
mean,
he
I
is.
think- because those two films are good. Very good. And I think if you really want to
That's
see...
so what, The Living Daylights?
And License to Kill.
Yeah,
Right.
License to Kill is very, very dark.
Good.
They went for like the hard action 80s movie, and there's a lot of blood in there, and it's a great movie, but it turns off a lot of the purest James Bond.
We're from Staten Island and Newark here. We can deal with the fucking dark. Believe me.
Benicio del Toro when he cuts that woman's heart out.
The guy that explodes in the chamber is great, too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. You're giving away all the best parts of these movies, I
Hey,
think.
well, people should go see those because they're buried.
There you go. That's the recommendation.
I promise I'm on track.
so-
I'll be all right, Bill. I know you're worried about me.
Nah.
So who's everybody's favorite to Bond while we're on it real quick?
Connery.
Connery? I'm a Moore guy. What about you, Tom?
Oh, go to you first. I haven't caught a Bond film in a long time.
Well, me either, really.
Yeah. I go back and forth. It depends on the mood, but like if you had to pin me down, I'd probably say Connery.
Yeah.
It's like a wine.
But he's the
Depends
classic.
on your mood.
He's the classic Bond.
Defining.
Yeah.
The defining bomb.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to
But
lounge.
nobody's a
around.
Lazenby guy, yeah.
No.
Yeah, well, I mean, but there's something about that movie.
that shit?
I did meet Lazenby, though, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
wanted my girlfriend at the time.
He's
One with
known
the silicones.
I know you told. I've heard about this.
But yeah, I'm just saying.
Not just the silicone, but
So
that he
fuck
wanted to meet
him.
her.
go see that documentary on Hulu, Becoming Bond.
Okay.
Oh, that's great. It's really just a movie. The only part of it is he's actually talking into camera, telling you the story.
Right. Yeah.
And-
You've told me this
and
a couple times.
It's reenacted.
Lazenby, right?
Yeah, it's Lazenby, and
Yeah,
it's
so-
great.
Okay.
It's great.
It's great. It's great. It's great. It's great.
All right, so
It's
what's
great.
next?
What's next is you think we're ready for another Al Capone?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. We're due.
A new Al
A really
Capone
good
movie?
one.
We'll say who's playing him, man.
Fucking
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
Tom
There you
Hardy.
go.
Yep.
There you go. That should be a good one.
And they
It got
just,
stuck in my head. I couldn't think of it.
Well, the thing is when people think of Al Capone, right?
Yeah.
They're going to automatically think of Untouchables, De Niro, who only has 10 minutes of screen time in that. But his presence is just, fucking amazing.
Right.
But we really haven't had, like, many Al Capone movies since.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Well, I think it's one of those things. For whatever reason, people just don't really kind of chase. It seems like every time someone does one, it becomes like kind of iconic,
Right.
and it keeps everybody else at a distance. No one tries to up it,
See,
as opposed to other things.
Roger Corman actually produced one in the 70s called Capone. With
Right.
Ben Gazzara. And Sylvester Stallone was in it, too, briefly.
okay.
He played Frank Nitti. So,
Of all things.
to get somebody like Tom Hardy, Tommy and I were talking about Legend when he played from the Craves. Excellent film. So, we know that Hardy's got the chops for this.
Absolutely. I'm a big fan of Bronson. I don't know if you've seen Bronson yet.
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
All right, so Bronson is a movie that I kind of broke Hardy a little bit. He plays a nut in that too. You should look that up.
I definitely will. But one thing you can count on is Tom Hardy will do his research and will come through. I can't wait to see how he plays that.
Yeah, he buries himself in these things.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's got some decent support. You got Matt Dillon and Kyle MacLachlan backing him up as support.
Well,
and Linda Cardellini playing.
A little more than decent.
They're okay.
Matt Dillon is a good actor.
And
Linda
Cardellini from Freaks and Geeks is playing his wife, May.
All right, that's where I share your. All right.
Linda Cardellini. Where's she been?
I'll say that.
With Linda Cardellini?
Yeah.
For Linda.
Now,
she was cute.
I will say the one thing that does give me pause about this is that Josh Trank is directing, who did Chronicle, but also did the Fantastic Four reboot.
Well, I can't do it. Everybody paused for me. Thank you.
But it's not superhero related. I think this is.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
But it is iconic. It is bigger than life. We'll see what goes on. You know what I mean? I feel like it's weird. Like Hardy frontlining it is really good. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, it sounds like it's got a good cast.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that it's got at least a reasonably good
script. Sure.
So I get the feeling that if the director fumbles, the worst we can expect is a flat movie, not a really bad movie.
Well, the film is called FONZO, which is like the Italian interpretation of Happy Days. So
that's not what that means.
So we'll see. But I'm really psyched for this, man. I'm excited about that and everything.
When's that coming out?
I think it's in talks.
So it's going to be a while.
Yeah.
This is just starting to talk up.
It's in pre-production. So I'm
2 years.
I'm going to say probably 2019, late 2019, earlier 2020,
Depending.
something like that.
I'm excited.
I think so. Sounds about right. Fonzo. I thought it was like, a little Fonzie reboot. Like, he was going to get his own movie now. Yeah. It was going to be like one of those straightforward, serious, grim and gritty reboots with Fonzie.
Fonzo.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey.
Kind of like a Bizarro Happy Days?
Yeah, something like that. The Bizarro.
My Gumban, the Fonzo.
All right.
Well, Mr. Cunningham's abusive, smacks everybody around, screams and curses all the time.
Don't talk about my uncle like that, Bob. What's wrong?
Locks Richie in the closet.
There you go.
Again, stop talking about my uncle.
Richie was always in the closet. All right. Ridley Scott's in talks to direct an adaptation of Greg Rucka's Queen and Country.
Interesting.
Which is a comic book series. I think it's got a novel 2 or 3 maybe. But this is one of Greg Rucka's big seminal series or whatever. Greg Rucka's a really kind of like popular writer these days, comics and novels. Yeah. Spy stuff, British spy stuff, I believe, if I remember, Queen and Country.
Yes. It's the fictional British Secret Intelligence Service.
So this was one of these things where I don't know, fans of it have been clamoring for it to get adapted for a long time. So I really have nothing on it. So if you got a nugget on it or an angle, hit it. Otherwise, we move on.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just say Ridley Scott signs on to do a lot of things.
Boy, does he.
Doesn't do most of them. So
fair enough.
I guess he was attached to Watchmen for a long time.
Right.
So he has been circling comic book properties for a while. So, but Ridley Scott's always serviceable. So
okay,
we'll see.
We'll see.
What?
Here's a fun one, kids. If you never thought you were going to get a Nick Cage Superman, you kind of are. And and it still blows my mind.
Ed's happy.
Yeah. I mean, well, I'm glad that movie was dead and buried. I think
Tim Burton.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it, man.
Sure.
Yeah, but you watch that documentary they made. I think they made the right choice.
Actually, quite the contrary. I actually would still have liked to see what that would.
No. It's not about whether or not. It would be cool to see.
Yeah, it would.
Like if they dug out some footage of it, I'd watch it.
Yeah, it would be cool to see, but I think that would have set superhero movies back about 20 years.
Yes. It would have damaged everything for a while. It would have been like, see, they're stupid. It's like, no, that one's stupid.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Maybe not. You're right.
Maybe.
It could have caused a revolt. You never know.
But so Teen Titans Go, the Cartoon Network series, is going to be putting out a movie called Teen Titans Go to the movies.
Cool.
Premieres on July 27th. And the fact that this is the first marketing I've seen for this movie. It says something.
Interesting.
But in that, Nicolas Cage will be voicing Superman.
There you go.
Yeah. So it's still going to
kids in cartoons are big money these days.
Yeah. I think it's a weird thing. It's going to be a weird thing to watch, though.
I think this is the only way he ever gets to be Superman, so he took it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's definitely because he's got a hard on for Superman. He always has.
Well, his son is named Kal-El.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
So is my son.
Wherever he may be.
They could animate that.
In Newark.
Yeah, I've always thought they should animate that script because DC Animated puts out stuff.
Well, it's the only safe way to put that out into the world.
It's been in talks. We've covered that.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be very jarring to see, like, classically drawn Superman as you remember him. And then it's Nick Cage doing,
Yeah, I want to see this.
There's only one way. He knows how to act anyway.
Yeah, it's just,
I was telling Bill that I want to see the super shiny suit on the cartoon Superman with the long hair, the mullet.
Well, Teen Titans Go has that tongue-in-cheek humor, so they're going to have fun with it, I'm sure.
I mean, and look, I don't expect them to be in much of it because it's a Teen Titans movie. And they're the grown-ups. They're always kind of like a cameo thing real quick, if I remember correctly, the setup on that stuff. So they'll be there at the beginning, and at the end, it'll be like, a half an hour's worth of work
Superman's
for him.
not the
main focus.
character?
He might be.
Not in this particular. Well, I mean, it might, but
for the cinematic thing.
Yeah, no, it's Teen Titans. So you got Robin, Cyborg, Starfire, Beast Boy. Those.
They could be helping out Superman.
Yeah, those
Creeping
kids
like a creeper.
characters.
Yeah, I'm sure the kids will have to
see where
save the
this
day.
goes.
Yeah, I'm sure the kids will have to save the day as usual.
Yeah, or at least they'll think that they're saving the day when Superman's saving the day, kind of.
Yeah, that's kind of thing. So that's it. That's going to wrap up the newsy stuff.
Interesting shit, though, right?
No.
All right. That's right, right?
Welcome to Wicked Theory, home of lame news.
I would like to. I would like to see these things.
I would too.
The FONZO.
Well, I mean,
you and I will go together.
Is that the official name of it, though? FONZO?
FONZO, yeah. It must have some kind of...
Yeah, it's got to be somebody's nickname. Well, because isn't he Alfonso? Alfonso? That's what it is.
You see what you did there?
I figured it out. That's what I did.
Son of a bitch.
The fact that we have this conversation tells me they should probably change the title.
Yeah, but now we have a new appreciation for it. 2 minutes ago, we were like, that's the dumbest thing we ever heard. But now that we understand it's a little better.
What is this, like Fonzie?
I just don't think the community's going to know what the hell it's talking about.
No, it's not going to poll. It's not going to poll well.
What was it, like Henry Winkler becomes a Muppet?
Well, that's what I was saying. It's Fonzie in space.
Well, yeah, but if they're going to be shooting for like late 2019, that's Oscar time.
Us guineas will go after it. I'm sure we will. So that's just what I'm saying.
You guys will get it.
We're going to see FONZO. We're going to hey.
Everybody's going to be FONZO.
So we're going to go.
After that weekend.
It's supposed to be a theater drop or like a Netflix thing?
No, it's theater.
Theater drop.
Yeah. It'll be out there, buddy. Don't you worry. It'll be all up in your fucking shiz.
Yeah, just like that John Travolta, John Gotti movie.
We're going to go to Danino's and eat that.
I'm looking forward to that. That used to be my idol.
Somebody's got to want these things. All right, so let's go over back to the chat room game. That wraps up the news for now.
All right.
We're gonna we gave out a chat room game a little earlier. Make a movie smarter or dumber.
Oh, okay.
Citizen Brain, like Citizen Kane.
Yeah.
Lock, Stoke, and Two Stupid Idiots.
Ready to go?
Yeah, let's see if anybody can beat those.
So me, myself, and Stephen Hawking.
A Beautiful Mind filled with nonsense.
Evil Dead and the Manhattan Project.
Army of Dark Matter.
Friday the 13th, Jason Takes the Test.
Oh, that's not bad. I like that one. Training Day at the Supermarket.
The Shape of H2O.
Oh, I like that one. 12 Stupid Men. It's pretty good.
Aliens versus Dimwits.
A Few Good Men. Unicycle to Alabama. I don't know. I guess Smart Guys Unicycle? I don't know. Or maybe Stupid Guys Unicycle. I'm not sure.
Lord of the Morons. Fellowship at the Fidget Spinner.
That's pretty good. That took some work. I'm going to get for the work involved.
Yeah, hold it down.
Yeah, I'm going to mute it a little bit. Blade, Without a Knife.
Batman versus Superman.
There you go. Wonder Bread Woman. It just doesn't even hold up. Maybe that's just based on that. It's stupid.
It's good 5 seconds later.
Yeah, it's got to sit.
Yeah.
So we got CO2. Coco squared.
Gotcha. I see. It's a visual.
Yeah.
Aquaman versus the pool cleaner. I don't know what that's about.
Flew over the nerd's nest. 3.14 flew over the nerd's nest.
Yeah, the number for pi. Gotcha. Talladega Nights, the Ballad of Stephen Hawking. What?
Okay.
How's he driving?
American Pie, spelled P-I. Get it, pie?
Right,
Pie.
like the math.
Yeah.
I got you, but we don't. I don't know.
Or Tom Selleck.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
Saving Private Dumbass.
The Usual Nerds.
There you go. Clockwork Orange Experiment.
And School Dropout of Rock.
All right. I'm going to give a retro one to Saving Private Dumbass. Because I think they could have called the movie that, too.
Wonder Bread Woman.
Wonder Bread Woman.
I'm going to think about that over the Verrazano.
As you go up there, he's going to put
I
you
was
on.
waiting for Dumb and Real Genius.
You missed a great moment at the Oscars, Bill, because I know you didn't watch it.
That's right.
They did
Just
Did
saying.
the research.
Yeah.
He did. He goes all out.
They did a montage of war movies to honor veterans serving overseas.
Okay.
And they did a scene with Matt Damon and Saving Private Ryan. At the end,
Matt Damon?
Jimmy Kimmel came out and apologized for the inclusion of Matt Damon in that montage.
Oh, no, that's funny though. That's keeping the bit alive.
Yep.
I like that.
Yep.
I did see the memoriam. I think I saw the memoriam. Eddie Vedder played Tom Petty's song over the footage.
No Frank Vincent though.
Yeah, a lot of people left out of that. No Adam West.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's movies.
Well, he was in movies though.
He was in movies.
Yeah, well, that's true, because they do honor
Batman 66 don't count.
Fair enough, but I can think you're right, because they do honor some obscure names sometimes, so it's like, well, why wouldn't you do him then? Even if he stopped making movies after Batman TV, let's just say, even though he didn't, he popped up in movies after that.
He did a couple of different
Like 2 movies.
doing time on Planet Earth.
Don't die on planet Earth.
Till Suicide.
Young Lady Chatterley's lover and shit.
Well, whoever saw that.
I did.
It must have been you and the whole Oscar committee, so I don't...
Skinamax did a lot of wonders in the 80s, I'll tell you.
Ooh, boy, oh boy.
And then people like Adam West show up in them things.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful. So...
Yeah, your buddy Toby Hooper.
Yeah.
He was left out of that.
Because they fucking suck.
The Hoops?
Yeah, Texas Chainsaw. Come on, man.
Yeah, no, I know. He was the fucking man. He was always in the costume, right?
Yeah, Chief.
Yeah, don't you fucking chief me.
Powers Booth. How do you leave out Powers Booth?
Booth they left out?
Yeah. That's why they become a bunch of fucking morons.
Powers Booth is one of those guys where you may not know the face with the name, but you know the name and the face.
Yeah.
I swear to you.
But if Kim Kardashian had died, she would probably would have ended up on that fucking list.
Well, maybe.
Her ass would be. You have to do 2 of them. Kim Kardashian and her ass.
There's not enough room on the stage. What was that?
Her mouth would be.
Yeah, exactly. In her mouth. Freedom.
I'm out.
There you go.
All right, here we go.
M-O-U-T.
I'm going to do it again.
Meanwhile,
There we go. That's audible.
Now we can hear it.
So this is going to be kind of lean because I think Jay's the only one of us who has something for this.
Go, Jay, go.
What?
Yeah, I got nothing this week.
And all I have is DCTV, and I do a whole podcast about that.
So if you want to hear that,
Yeah.
go over there. Jay,
Yeah. You sure you want to do this?
what else are we gonna do? I got
right.
nothing. I got nothing this week. I'm running lean.
Oh, so you saw my...
We might have to go to Tom and see what Tom's been watching this week.
I'm ready.
All right.
So you saw my favorite movie from last year.
What was that? Showgirls? No, I saw Shape of
That's
Water.
an old one.
I saw
Showgirls.
I'm going to do a commentary on the Showgirls, 25th anniversary. Blu-ray.
Where'd she go? I haven't seen.
Bill dated her a few times.
Once was enough.
That was Elizabeth Berkley.
Oh,
There you go.
From Saved by the Bell.
That was a good
Yeah,
one.
from Saved by the
Bob
Bell.
pulled that one out. I didn't think he was gonna get that one.
Where's she go?
Once wouldn't have been enough.
All right, let's throw it back to Jay and Shape of Water.
Shape of Water.
Shape of H2O.
I'm going to say this because I like science fiction and fantasy and everything.
Sure.
I'm very happy that it won the Oscar because
Yeah.
it's time to do that.
Some of these movies need to get recognition.
To
too.
me, not Del Toro's best, man. I think that goes to Pan's Labyrinth. Still, I think I really dug fucking Pan's Labyrinth. It was well done. I can't knock it in any way. I just gotta say that it's not Pan's Labyrinth to me. Pan's Labyrinth is what it should have took
Right.
all the attention that year, and it didn't. It didn't even win the fucking foreign film that year either.
No, it didn't.
In which it was nominated. The guy in
But
that.
it did win 2 Oscars, I think. He won.
Yeah, like what, special effects?
It wasn't enough for me. You know,
The top honors is what it should have had. I
To
got
me,
you.
absolutely. That was my favorite film that year. But yeah, man, I dug it. I thought it was really well done. Michael Shannon, fucking Jenkins, Sally, everybody did phenomenal. I can't say anything bad.
Right.
All around, it's just a really nice, fantasy love story, about interspecies erotica.
Yes.
Because she fucks a fish.
Well,
Or the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Hey, don't
That makes
spoil
me
it, but
feel
I think we all know.
Everybody knows
Although
that.
Clint in the chat room just went Shape of Water, a.k.a. Grinding Nemo.
It's like Grinding Nemo. Absolutely, that's what it should be called.
There you go.
But it's a beautiful story, and you have 100% uncut prime.
Beef?
No,
Fish.
no, Michael
Fish.
Shannon.
Salmon.
Yes.
Michael Shannon.
Yeah, that's who should have gotten the supporting actor nod, in my opinion. But it's definitely worth a watch. It's definitely a stash for me. It was a wonderful movie, though it wouldn't be my best last year.
Oh, that dance.
Wouldn't make it.
That dance scene.
Not me.
Not for you? There was a dance scene in it?
Oh yeah. There's a whole Busby Berkeley musical number.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, but again, that's
Spoiler.
to me. Maybe, but no. I think there was other films last year that were stronger. But Del Toro was definitely on his game, and I'm glad he got it. So I'm very happy about
Good.
that.
I mean, it's one of those ones too. Like I feel like I'm missing out. I haven't seen it yet.
I wish I could have seen that in the theater, but I had things to do.
You were busy.
I was busy. Yeah.
You were busy with other things.
You
I'm
did
planning.
see it,
I'm
though,
planning
right?
on looking around for that for the flight.
Oh, okay. Okay, there you go.
Flight.
Or I
The
can
flight
lend
to
you the
Florida.
Blu-ray. I got the Blu-ray at the house. You can borrow it if you want.
Hey, how about that shit?
I
That's
still
nice.
think I, Tonya was a better film because I watched that again, and I got the Blu-ray of that, and
Right.
that's just phenomenal. That is Goodfellas, a figure skating film. So whoever said that?
Yeah.
Anything with Tanya Hardin, I'm in. I mean,
Exactly.
especially she looks like that one. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Don't give me the wrinkled up one at the Oscars.
She wishes she looked like that.
Oof, she was happy
Because
and
I'll
fine
tell
with
you,
that.
in '92, whatever that happened, I was for Nancy Kerrigan or Tanya. I mean, at the time, they were both very doable, very watchable.
Very
Put it
watchable.
this way, I was watching the Olympics. I wanted to know what was going on.
There you go.
But Margot Robbie was phenomenal in
Yeah,
that, and
sure.
still that holds
Yeah.
up there for me.
Yeah.
The other thing I watched was a thing called The Deuce.
The dose.
And that's an HBO show about how the prostitution of Times Square. This takes
Right.
place in '71.
Nice.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
that
that's when it was out there.
bleeding right into the porn industry, and it's fucking phenomenal, man. It's
Yeah.
Okay.
definitely
And that's The Deuce?
amazing. The Deuce, it's called. Yeah.
Is that a show or just a movie?
It was an HBO series.
Series.
Yeah.
It's coming back too.
Yeah.
It got renewed.
Yeah.
Okay.
James Franco plays twin brothers in that
yes.
show, and he's
You know I like James.
We were talking about him before.
Yeah.
Like, you
Yeah.
don't
His
stop.
work.
I'm gonna make a little announcement. Yours truly over here
What?
is a pedestrian in season 2.
There we go. Force your way in there.
I got my way in.
Force
made
your
your
way
way
in the
in.
front row.
That's right.
If I remember correctly, blue blazer, white collar.
Oh yeah, I'll post it for you
right,
guys.
all right.
Oh boy,
on
he's
the
got to
Twitters.
shave.
Yeah, so
it.
I had to shave for it actually.
Good for you,
But,
man. Congratulations.
But if you really want to see some really solid fucking HBO fucking storytelling,
all out kind
and
of
it
stuff.
definitely brings you right back to that gritty, fucking slimy, shitty fucking Times Square that existed back in the
That
day.
was the best one.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
The one now is lame.
because it's been that way, for
Sure.
forever until of course, Giuliani came in and
Freaking Giuliani.
Pre-Giuliani, 18-year-olds were loving that Times Square. That was where they found their oats. That's it.
And it was still like that in '91 when we were like
right,
18.
that's
You know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah.
And I remember
It was
that.
just
Yeah.
changing.
But definitely, it's with James Franco. It's got Maggie Gyllenhaal and a really good cast of supporting players
Maggie's
in
not
it.
bad.
Yeah, she's really damn good in it, and it's really, really fucking like bold.
Yeah, that's what I hear, man.
It's very like everything you know about HBO shows. And how cutting edge they are as far as being vivid. This goes the extra fucking mile.
well,
man.
HBO has HBO shows seem to kind of like okay, this is a show that kind of pushes the edge in this one way, and this other show kind of goes in this other way. This sounds like a show that kind of goes in all directions. Like,
Very
you're going to see a lot of drugs,
man.
you're going to see a lot of sex, you're going to see a lot of crime and violence.
On what it was actually like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Staten Island native Method Man also plays a pimp in that show.
And he's actually really damn good in it too.
I heard he's really good. I heard he kind of steals it a little bit.
A definitely high recommendation for me of the
I actually
Deuce,
met
man.
Method Man.
Did you really?
Mm-hmm.
I actually delivered wings to him.
Oh, nice.
So I actually know where he lives. I'm not telling nobody.
South Beach.
I had
No.
I had a conversation with him about Batman comics, and then found out actually who he was.
How about that? Because Ed doesn't know much about that stuff.
Nope.
But
Oh, you're a rapper?
I almost.
Are you a hip hopper?
it's definitely a show where you watch the first one because I binged it in a night. Man.
Sure.
I did all 8 hours from
You got sucked in on
7
the first
PM
one, and that was
until-
it, huh?
Yeah, it was just so damn good.
Yeah.
Well, those are the best type of series, man.
Yeah. Well, I like things that take place in the 70s because I'm kind of old enough to remember that. I'm sure you and Bill and Bob know that. Those crazy clothes. I mean, vividly, I remember that. You know what I mean? And I had to put that on. I had to put blue leisure pants on.
So is that where, if you got the time machine, is that where you would go?
Probably, man.
I would go a few years later than that because I was stuck in that era too. When me and Billy were sharing his hand-me-downs, and
We were wearing the 70s stuff in the 80s.
It was cool, but we wanted new stuff without hems, without knee, without
You guys had the
knee pads,
corduroys.
without
Michael
Brown corduroys.
Yes, brown. Don't forget the burgundy, and the blue ones were the worst because they were like powder blue. They didn't match shit.
That fucking era.
You know, I'm finding that I like a lot of period pieces these days. And when I say period piece, like I, Tanya is all like 70s, 80s.
Sure.
You know, even Shape of Water, you know, 40s and so. I think it's a lot more interesting.
I think it's easier to get lost in those things too.
Can I ask you one question about Shape of Water though?
Yeah.
I didn't see it, but I see a lot of people referencing that it is the old Splash redone.
Yeah, that's
is
what I
that how
thought.
it really is.
It's a
though?
dark.
Can
It's a
you give me your
darker.
opinion on that because I kind of jumped on it like most of people will do, but I didn't see the new show Shape of Water.
Yeah.
I did
immediately-
see Splash, but they let it easy. They made it easy to see how both could be.
It's a dark splash.
Yeah.
It's a dark splash.
Yeah, well,
splash
the way Guillermo del Toro explains it, the way he got this idea for this movie is when he was a kid, he watched Creature from the Black Lagoon, and he was so depressed at the end when the monster didn't get the girl. So this is for him, so that he could find.
I actually read that too.
Well, it's basically every movie Del Toro makes is a love letter to monsters. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I dig that because I'm a big horror fan. So you know, when I tell you that Del Toro is really bringing his A game here, it really is his A game. I just think Pan's Labyrinth is a little bit of a better film.
It's a more immersive story too.
I also
Pan's Labyrinth is like this whole other world kind of thing. It's a different animal.
But Shape of Water is dark too.
Yeah. I'm not talking about the darkness. I just mean like literally a girl ends up in another world. It's it's that kind of a story. It's Wizard of Oz. It's Alice in Wonderland.
Right.
It's that kind of story thing.
I also think it's deceptive because you don't realize how rare it is to have a movie where the main character doesn't talk.
Right.
She's a mute. She's not deaf.
In Shape of Water.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. She's mute the whole time, and she's having, and she falls in love with this monster who also doesn't speak English.
Right.
So there's this whole really visual language that
pulls you into the movie
Yeah.
because it's all pantomime and hand motion and stuff like this.
Yeah, and even though
Deep.
and even though the characters seem two-dimensional on the surface,
right.
There is depth there. There's there's stuff going on with Michael Shannon's character and Richard Jenkins, who plays like her next door neighbor.
All right.
There's a lot to like there.
Ooh. All right. So nothing from you this week, Ed, right?
No, sorry.
Tom, we're gonna jump to you. You watch anything this week? You see any movies? No?
I'll get back to you on that one. I didn't think you were coming right to me.
Well, you're the only one we got left because I was just throwing it your way just in case. If you got nothing, you got nothing. It's all good.
I'll come back.
Well,
I know I watched something. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, there's no going back. We're on to the next thing. We keep it moving on this train. What's that? What's up, Jay?
I did pick up Justice League on the fucking Steelbook, though.
Oh, yeah? How was that?
I didn't know. I didn't watch it yet on the fucking Steelbook.
Well, let me know when you pick it up and open it up.
Yeah, I will.
And then you put it in something.
Maybe
so
I'll do
you
an
can-
unboxing.
Ooh.
Maybe. Maybe.
Maybe. Don't get your hopes up.
We'll see.
We'll see.
If I'm not working on the Deuce next week.
Next time you put up a video, put up a unboxing video.
Those videos are nuts because fuck is every other word.
This is a little bit of a challenge to not drop F-bombs like crazy.
It really is, man. I got to stop.
It's hard.
You did pretty good in the last one. You just kind of kept quiet and danced in the background until you gave everybody the bird.
That's true.
Well, I was trying to do something different.
Basically, what Bob's saying is like the less you talk, the less chance of F-bombs coming out of your mouth.
Maybe. Maybe that's it.
Maybe that's the key.
I'm just pointing out that he already knows that because he's already done that.
There you go.
I just find it funny that these acting gigs I get are all F-bombs.
Well, they look. I think we've talked off mic, but it seems like these things you get.
Maybe that'll be your thing.
They lean into your skill set.
Pay me, I'll do it.
There you go.
You know, Ernest had his thing.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll be the guy who curses.
Know what I mean? Know what I mean?
Listen, you got the Pulp Fiction's poster right behind you.
That's
There's
right.
no one better than Sam L.
Looking down on you.
That's it.
Well, he's looking over there.
Jules Winfield.
Oh, did you see that they're selling Jimmy's house in Pulp Fiction? Where Quentin Tarantino.
Does it come with coffee?
For $1.3 million, you can buy that house.
Don't tell me how much I can sell my fucking house for, okay? I'm going to sell my fucking house for whatever the fuck I want to sell my fucking house for, okay?
The thing is if you threw a party there.
Did you see a big sign when you came pulling up to my house that said, "This house for sale"?
Oh, Phil.
I hate it. If you threw a party there, the jokes would just come running through, man.
I know. Oh, forget it.
Listen, that's what the special guest is for, right?
Right. I didn't know. There was rules. I didn't know.
Blame it on me. Storage.
I knew someone was going to get it. I knew I was going to trip somebody up. All right.
It's too early, man.
Well, I know. It's earlier than we normally do it,
I got a few
but
things to say.
hip hop.
you got a few other things to say?
Yeah.
Well, about what?
I got some St. Patrick's Day picks.
Yeah, that's great.
No.
No,
Just
wait.
do it,
Oh,
man.
I'm sorry. What?
No, do it later.
No, do it later. We'll
We
do
got
it in the
another 2 hours.
We'll save it for the after show. We got to put something in there.
Have a drink.
There you go.
I have a lot of drinks.
Guitar solo.
There you go. 25-minute guitar solo.
Yeah, I can do something.
I mean, I can do something for 25
And I got a
minutes.
DeVita, baby.
I don't know what it's going to be.
Freebird, 24 minutes.
Exactly.
There you go. All right. So first email is actually coming from our buddy Ben, Live Warrior Benny. He's in the chat
Ben.
room.
Hey, Ben.
A regular fixture around here. Kind of dig it, Benny. Kind of digging it.
Someone else who knows how to spell.
Stick around. It gets better.
Does it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
I'm
Just
saying that
checking.
with confidence, Chiefy.
Fair enough.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Chiefy.
Uh-oh. What are you doing? Tom, once again, Tommy doesn't know the situation. You know, he's new. He hasn't been here in a while. He doesn't know. You can't feed the fucking dragon. All right, so...
Are you nervous?
No, I'm just...
We're halfway
it's
done.
all part of the
We're
bit.
all done.
It's all part of the bit.
Bit?
The bit.
Okay.
So we have an email?
We got a couple.
Oh.
This one's from Ben, and he says, hey, crew, I have a quick movie review for the listeners.
Okay.
I saw Tomb Raider this week.
Oh.
And I was surprised at how enjoyable it was. The reincarnation of Lara Croft is truly a breath of fresh air to the video game franchise.
Yeah.
Me, as a hot-blooded male, I do miss the big-breasted Lara Croft. But the story plot is generally good. So the action scenes are well done. The cinematography is fine. I'm generally hopeful for a sequel. A solid 3 out of 5 stars.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. I think.
Yeah,
Monday.
I'm excited to see a Tomb Raider movie where I'm that stars an actress I'm not afraid will kill me in my sleep.
Well, you should see it because I think she could kill any one of us in her sleep.
So you guys are talking about that new Tomb Raider?
Yeah.
Listen, if there ain't Angelina, I don't want nothing to do with it.
Well, look,
That's
you know,
what I'm saying.
Angelina ain't what she was.
Do you think this youngin can take the torch? Because that's what I'm saying.
Well, I see. I'll be honest. I never really liked Angelina Jolie because she's fucking crazy.
That she is, and you're right.
You can see it through the screen.
She did bring it to the one, but she is crazy.
Tommy, I'm on board. I'm on board with you, man.
I thought she could be the only Tomb Raider.
Angelina is like a love of mine. Here's the thing with that. Look,
Yeah.
I'll
I
say
guess
it
we
real
got a
quick.
crazy little thing going on with her in general, but she might be past age for Tomb Raider, but
Two of my exes look like
she
her.
did a crazy job in the first one.
She did pretty good. I mean, the movies weren't amazing, but she did great. She looked good in them.
For what
But it's
they
been a
were,
while.
I mean, I'm not really that type.
I mean, how long ago was that? That's like
Indiana
freaking-
Jones / Tomb Raider.
Yeah, sure.
Thing, you know?
Well, that's what they say about this one. Some of the reviews on this one, it's like it's very good for what it is, but what it is like familiar.
Right.
But it's pretty good, and this girl holds up, and she sells it. It's a lot of high action
I think what
sequences.
they're looking forward is to the next film to come with her. They're gonna introduce her to the whatever fan base.
Tilt that up,
or
dude.
fan base or whatnot. It's involved.
Help
with
him
it.
out there a little bit, Ed.
But
yeah, see, here's what the thing with
I
this.
bet you they're gonna come harder next time with
Yeah.
with her as the cast.
Probably. What's going on here is that they've relaunched the video game series, and it feels very much like this, where it's very much a little bit more grounded, a little bit more high adventure action, as opposed to just being all about the mystery shit.
Right.
Yeah, and I read Gail Simone was writing the Tomb Raider comics for a while.
Fair enough.
And I was really digging those. So I'm excited for this. Actually, I wasn't sure if I was going to see that today or 7 Days in Entebbe, which is
what you did
this
say?
whole thing with Daniel Bruhl. No, I didn't. I ended up seeing neither one.
Okay, good.
I'll probably see one of those tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or both. I don't know.
Hey, why don't you figure out which one is the palate cleanser out of those two?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I got one thing to say because I am going to go see that probably Monday.
Okay.
Alicia Vikander she's super cute. She's an amazing actress.
Yes.
And definitely looks like this is going to mirror the video games. Now, what I'm going to say, because I enjoy Angelina as Tomb Raider, you know what I mean? But the fact is like she is the reason why those movies work.
Okay.
Is because of her as Lara Croft.
Yes.
You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
Because she is a great actress.
Right.
And she has the chops that made that believable. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
to look at her, it's like you're looking at one woman, one actress cementing this whole film.
And this one or the old original?
In the old one.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Because she's got some skill and some gravitas, she helps to ground that.
Right.
If you had somebody else in that exact same movie,
where I think this
that
is
campiness would start to crumble or come more obvious than,
Right.
than it is.
Right.
And this one, they're going for something so grounded that, like, you know.
It's a team effort. It's everybody putting in great stuff. Walt Goggins is great. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Walter Goggins supposomely, like, eats
Major
the
Mark Ware.
scenery like never before, supposally, in this.
Eat shit, Danby.
So supposedly, someone said this is the movie that will make Goggins a verb. Which would be like, you're really going the full Goggins. That kind of a thing.
Major Mark Ware.
So thanks to Ben for that one. Thanks for writing in, Ben. Appreciate it. Love seeing you guys here every week lately. That's nice of you.
Good for you, Chiefy.
Thank you.
And
back.
our next one here is from Chad Rose. You might know him on the webs as Chad NV.
He's Canadian, right?
Yeah. It's not Nevada. You know, I thought it might have meant Nevada when I first got to know him. But I think it's just...
Ed's whole demeanor just changed.
I think it's like... It means north and vertical. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's...
I'm going to go meet him. I'm going to go check him. I got my passport.
You're going to be making
renewed.
the tour. Like, you're going to go meet everybody.
Absolutely.
Bro, man,
Anybody
be
who'll
fucking
take you in.
careful. Be really fucking careful.
I'll be fine.
I'm just warning you.
He's Canadian.
Don't-
Ed's got a thing about the Canadians.
I'm going to be fine.
All right.
No, especially
fine.
if you're traveling in there.
Right. I hear you. All right. So,
Just make sure you're always palming a blade.
Well, I do that all the time anyway.
he's got one in his boot. It's usually in his boot.
It's actually my backpack.
There you go. Well, because he's here with us and it's pretty safe.
Yeah.
And his kitchen knives around. If he really needs one, he can get to one.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got.
What do you say, Chad?
Chad says, after getting into Channel Zero, that's a sci-fi anthology series.
Yeah.
Ooh, I've gone to the set shoots to check out the locations because I guess they shoot in Canada up near him.
That's right.
So he says, have any of you guys gone to set locations after seeing a movie or TV show just to check it out?
Yes.
There you go. I knew if anybody would have, it's probably you two. I wasn't sure if Bob had ever, but I know that I haven't. Not that I wouldn't, but...
I've actually done so inadvertently because I've been to Bailey Seton Hospital.
There you go. Fair enough. Fair enough. Where they shoot Gotham.
I've been down Bay Street where
Sure.
they shoot Gotham at the Paramount Theater.
Hey, I've been to Alfonso's Bakery, so I guess that kind of counts, right? Easy Money.
Right, yeah.
Shot a scene
Yeah.
in there.
Actually, the Olympic Diner is where they did that scene in Easy Money where they couldn't get in.
Sure.
Yeah.
He's open 23 and a half hours.
Right, 23 and a half hours. Well, we got to clean.
Which was a real sign. That was a real sign.
No,
Yes,
no
it was.
bullshit.
Yes, it was. I believe it's actually 23 hours, not 23 and a half. But yeah, it was a real
Pops last
sign.
dish.
But what about you, Jay? Where have you gone? Where have you visited?
Well, the thing is, working in Manhattan, you can stumble across things.
Yeah, you don't even realize. Yeah, until it's
but
too late.
Two movies I know off the bat were shot in Ironbound. Excluding The Sopranos, because that was shot all over Ironbound.
Oh, sure.
But there was a film back in '86 called Wise Guys with Danny DeVito and Joe Piscopo.
Oh my gosh! Right.
Brian De Palma directed that.
Okay.
So there was a place called Costello's, which was actually a place called Costello's.
Okay.
And where Captain Lou Albano's yelling at everybody. So that's great. I passed by there. But also War of the Worlds was shot right in the scene with the tripod comes out in front of the church.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's 5 blocks from my house.
Right. Okay. Actually, I got more too because when I was 18, I was a messenger downtown, and they did Ghost, the scene in Ghost at the on Wall Street.
Okay.
Where they're dealing with the nuns at the table.
Right. I think I remember that. Yeah.
I saw them shooting that scene.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And they've Robin Williams, Patch Adams. They shot a scene in Battery Park. I saw that being done, a couple other things. But you just kind of walk into it in Manhattan.
Right.
I saw some of Godzilla being filmed. the Matthew Broderick one.
Right. Now, there was no way you could tell at that time. That was going to be
Actually, that doesn't bother me, really. I
had a feeling you might say that.
Nah, it's not as terrible as people make it out.
So hang on a second.
Okay, you've been dying laughing for 5 minutes.
Brian De Palma, Danny DeVito, and Joe Piscopo. None of those three things go together.
That's why the movie's so fucking...
Absolutely not.
That's why the movie Wise Guys is such a weird thing.
I need to see this trailer.
Well, not right now, because we're gonna have all kinds of cross audio.
About that?
I'll keep the audio
Put it to your safe mode or some shit.
You know who wrote it? George Gallo, guy that did Midnight Run and.
Oh wow, that's actually good. And even he does not go with Brian De Palma.
It's actually a funny movie. Actually,
it's one of those movies, Ed, where it's like, oh, there's potential here.
Yeah.
Piscopo though.
Piscopo.
It's a Piscopo.
Hold on a second though. See, the thing is that
here we go. Jay's gonna sell me.
No,
you might sell me on
it. It's not that I'm not. No, I'll sell you on the fact that this was Piscopo when he was Piscopo. You know what I mean? This is when he was
80s Saturday Night Live.
Right. It was right in that wheelhouse. So he wasn't Piscopo as you and I know him right now.
Fair enough.
That we're making fun of him. So again, this is also before you were born, Chief. So
hey.
The Johnny Dangerous
you're an 80s
Piscopo.
baby or a 90s?
86. It was.
Yeah, that was in the movie. When I was born, 88.
Oh, okay.
Just under the wire.
You're very knowledgeable for the record.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
That's why we keep him around.
I heard something about War of the Worlds, and when you guys were talking about Bond, I didn't want to come in and chime in, but Bond always makes me think about Mission Impossible. So, and I didn't think you guys were big fans of Mission Impossible. That's why I didn't chime in. Because I kind of seen more Mission Impossible. With
I
Tom
love those
Cruise.
movies.
Yeah, those are good.
Since his Scientology thing, I didn't know if you guys were on board with him. He's kind of like a fan. I don't even know what he is these days. You don't even know if he's real or if he's like. Yeah. AI.
You know what's funny is like I listened to a podcast and this girl made a point. She's like, because she grew up with him. She's younger, so she grew up with him after like how we know him.
Yeah, we grew up with what is that?
Like Risky Business.
Risky, there you go.
Right. You know what I mean? Like so, she comes in like a little later in his career, like around Rain Man time, and she's like, to me,
even Rain Man, he was a normal human being.
Right. But her point was like, to me, he's always been a little bit weird.
The crazy thing is, I seen him once doing a show getting out of his limo on 50-something Street, and I'm walking by, and he is so short that you couldn't even see him. Get out of the limo, out of the SUV with his bodyguard. It's crazy how short he is. You
wouldn't know, man. No. They stack him up so tall.
No. But I mean, I like Ving Rhames, so Mission Impossible, that type of stuff.
I'm into it.
I picture that as Bond. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's if you don't have
the American
70s,
Bond.
80s Bond, you don't have.
Yeah, you got to remember. Think about Rain Man when they're walking together. They're almost exactly the same height.
And Dustin Hoffman's known for being pretty
He's
short.
like 5'4".
Yeah. You're right. And all those shots coming down the street, like even on the front
but
of the
am I
box.
wrong? Like Mission Impossible to me is
That's like the American
Bond,
thing.
It's a Bond crossover. Because of gadgets, because of this.
Yeah, it's the next level.
You know?
Yeah, and
that's what the show was.
I especially like the last two Mission Impossible movies because those feel is I remember.
I'm glad he needs more than one person to make it save. Just save whatever he saved.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He's got a team behind him. Believe it or not.
I actually like the one JJ did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Philip Seymour Hoffman's great in that.
I thought that movie
You're talking
was
about
actually
an excellent actor, Philip Seymour.
I'm gonna hurt her.
All right, we got another email here.
You got the deep fry going.
Uh-oh. We got another email here, folks.
What do we got?
What do we got? Who do we got?
Who do we got? Who we got? Who we got?
Wesley. So this one's from Wesley. He says, hey, you gentlemen. Due to this week's celebrity death, Who? I don't know.
Craig Mack?
Yeah, probably Hawkins.
Stephen
Bob,
Hawking.
Craig Mack?
Bob slipped in Stephen Hawking. Oh, Craig Mack. It becomes obvious. I have to ask, have all of y'all seen The Theory of Everything, the movie about Stephen Hawking's life, and what do you think of it? Now that Stephen Hawking has been brought up, I ask, is he too much related to math to be talked about on the show? My standing
Not
rule.
for nothing. To me, he's a kind of a superhero himself.
My standing rule, Tom, kind of is no politics, no sports, no math.
Shit.
So yeah. So I don't know. I have to think about this.
But he's not math. He's more like
Physics.
That's true, but that's like accelerated math.
Yeah.
That's like math to the next math.
If there's math that could find a black hole,
Yeah.
and I've never seen it before. Port Richmond High School does not give that math. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough.
Physics.
We never came close to that class.
I mean, a theory, right? Isn't it theory of relativity? And all that?
Sure. I get that one.
So you can pretty much think about this stuff really hard and come up with a solution. No, that's theory.
Yeah, I mean, physics is basically using math to explain how the world works.
Gotcha.
With all due
the
respect,
universe.
Bill,
Because the world is the world.
you're talking about a movie. And The Black Hole was a good movie.
There you go.
Well, let's take this gentleman's email.
Well, no, I ain't trying to sink it.
I kind of watched the movie, theory of everything, just to see.
Yeah.
And, for somebody to live 50 years after they was told he has 2 years, is pretty damn good.
Yeah, and
to still strive.
The government kept him alive.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the government kept him alive pretty much because I got the most powerful brain in the universe.
You guys need me.
See,
Just saying.
one question I want to know is, now that he's passed away, how's he getting into heaven? He's in a wheelchair, and they got stairs.
Oh, come on, that guy. If anybody's getting fixed on the way in,
You saw that post too, huh?
I saw that on Facebook too. Yeah.
That was a good one, though. I gotta tell you, I cracked up. I don't know. Let the millennials get him.
But yeah.
Right? We all know the song "Stairway to Heaven," right?
Yeah.
That's not ramps. Yeah, they didn't really have wheelchair access
Didn't
back
he
when they
prove
wrote that
there
song.
was no
Really?
God? I don't know.
Actually,
Is there a heaven? Did he prove that?
He proved that the universe there's too much going on in the universe to be an accident, so there has to be a God.
Right.
Didn't Chris Columbus say that?
I believe him.
I've been
before I
saying
read
it
the
since I
Bible.
was 7. I don't know.
But whatever God may be, that's a whole other story. That could be, that's a whole other conversation.
Sure.
Yeah, I thought the movie was good. I thought Imitation Game, which came out that same year, which is kind of a similar story. And,
Right.
I like that movie better.
Sure.
And also, I was kind of pissed that he won the Oscar over Michael Keaton in Birdman.
I like Keaton.
Birdman.
I gotta tell you, I grew up with him. I like him.
I like
when
him.
I saw him in Birdman, I was happy that he came back because I hadn't seen him in a while. Or anything.
Yeah, it was a great guy to see.
Am I the only one that didn't see him? I missed a few movies of his because there was a long period where he wasn't out.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
No, you're definitely right. He
Yeah.
fell off the radar kind of for a while.
I was a
For
little
a while.
disappointed.
Yeah, he was doing a lot of direct-to-video stuff.
Oh, was
like
he?
like smaller stuff that no one,
Don't get me wrong. I'm
he would-
sure he's paid enough to take time off.
He would pop
too.
here and there. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
he'd
It's
pop
not
up
that-
somewhere as a
yeah.
bad guy or somebody you wouldn't expect to see in a thing.
But
Kind of
he
thing.
now has
Didn't he win an
career.
Oscar?
Nobody can
Nominated.
play.
That's what he's talking about. That he,
So his paycheck got a little too fat for a while.
No. The Oscar came after.
Never.
Yeah, he was in the RoboCop remake.
That's right. That's Jesus Christ, right?
Yeah, he was
What
in
was that movie called when he was him and his 3 brothers? He played all 3 of them.
Multiplicity.
Multiplicity.
Yeah, that was
He killed
funny.
it. I don't want to hear it.
That is funny.
That is a
For
great
more
movie.
basic film.
That might have been one of the last like big
I like
movies
the
he
fourth
had.
one that
to be honest
delivered
with you.
pizzas by throwing
Jackie
them to the
Brown.
house.
True. Jackie
Here's a
Brown.
question: Multiplicity, superhero movie?
No.
He was all right.
Multiple Man.
It's sci-fi. You could argue if it's sci-fi because it's clones.
Yeah, it's a sci-fi
Multiple
comedy.
Man.
What's that?
Multiple Man.
That's a superhero character.
Well, it worked.
He can control it. He can create multiples.
Yeah. He didn't save people. He just fucked up his own life.
Yeah. And how to make them one at a
He
time.
shows you how if you keep reproducing the same, it get dumber and dumber and dumber.
That's it. The photocopy of a photocopy.
Yeah. Oh, he also was the voice of the Ken doll in Toy Story 3.
Well, there you go.
Well,
There you go.
that was the point where he was on the rise.
Yeah, he was on a comeback.
Because right after that, he started getting work
Listen,
again.
voiceover pays big.
He probably had a new agent.
And then Spider-Man came.
We got a new representation. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, I bet you if you looked back and like checked his career, there's like some announcement like a year before that where like, oh, now being repped by like ACA or some other
No,
company.
he was the go-to guy for comedy in the 80s at the
yeah.
time, you know what I mean? But when Clean and Sober came out, that's when you realize, holy fuck.
This guy can play Batman.
This guy's amazing. You know what I mean?
Right. That was my selling point on Batman when
right.
people were like freaking out. I was like, yeah, but did you see Clean and Sober? And they were like, no, I'm 10. And I was like, so?
But you know what? In the same breath, he actually won like critic awards for Beetlejuice, which was even like him taking his comedic
Oh, yeah, to the next level.
to the next level, and
Yeah.
actually he's really on point.
Yeah. A lot of love for Michael Keaton.
Yeah, I always have. Johnny Dangerously
Oh God, that was the best. That was the best comedic.
was phenomenal.
Comedic gangster film there was.
So you didn't like Johnny Dangerously?
No, I love it. I'm laughing because I'm thinking of Johnny Dangerously
Because you know
one-liners
what?
now.
We haven't thought about it in so long, right?
That's it. My mother hung me on a hook once.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like night shift, Mr. Mom, and
Night
Johnny
Shift.
Dangerously.
Wow, that was one. That had to be Henry Winkler's top. Henry Winkler and Michael Keaton. Night Shift was their top movie.
Well, it
I
was.
loved it. I loved it.
That's what put Ron Howard
As
into Ron
director.
Howard
Really?
mode.
Director.
Right.
That was his second film.
Well, okay. So in the chat room, let us know how we sound.
Talking about Gun Ho.
Let us know if
It was it was like an okay movie.
It's a fun movie if you go back and watch it.
let us know if we still sound like robots. I guess. I don't know. This is what we're gonna have to do.
I don't mind sounding like a robot.
No, I mean, generally speaking, it's usually probably pretty good. But
Arigato, Mr. Roboto.
that too. But supposedly it gets worse as it goes on. Like when they start hearing it, like it progressively becomes more and more intense.
So this is something we need to work on.
Yeah, I think so.
Is that our
That's a
end?
good. Thanks for the big fucking obvious point there, buddy.
Yeah, that's got to be our end. I think that's got to be the technical difficulties.
It's the
with the new
research
equipment.
guy's fault.
Definitely us. Definitely
No,
us.
this equipment is new, so.
It's definitely us. Definitely us.
But it's not
It's a
new.
learning curve.
Yeah, it's not new.
Make sure you tag Michael
But it's
Keaton
new for
on
us.
Twitter for this.
On this episode,
Yeah.
a lot of Michael Keaton love.
A lot of love for Michael
so
Keaton.
much Michael Keaton love. He should know.
Shoot, let's do it now.
Yeah, I remember Emma Stone set up that
Jay,
Twitter
get on that Twitter.
Emma Stone set up that Twitter for him, so we know he's there.
That's true. That's true.
Remember when you were going to tag Eddie Money that one time when you talked about Eddie
Yeah,
Money? The
right.
whole fucking episode.
You should.
Now you got me thinking of that friggin' TV
Get on
commercial.
it.
When you're selling 2 tickets to paradise.
Oh God, anyway.
That was the Coney Island Whitefish episode.
You want to tell Tom what a Tony Island Whitefish is? Coney Island Whitefish.
Tommy knows what a Coney Island Whitefish is.
Enlighten me.
It's a used condom floating in the Hudson.
Ooh, all right.
It makes sense, right? Kind of feels right. Feels right.
Baby.
Sounds about right.
All right.
All right. So we are really coming in lean today.
I feel out of date, man. My man here knows what it is, and I didn't really know what it was.
Well, he knows because of me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how this whole thing started. It was like Jay said it, and it was
makes
like,
sense.
what is that?
The only guy that knew it was Bob.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's generational, I guess.
Yeah, his era was that boardwalk wasn't bad. You could go over there and do things like that. Nowadays, you can't do things like that. You know, it's surrounded by PJs.
Oh, the fact that you can't do that—that's what makes it bad now.
Right. Exactly.
Hey, the 70s, 80s were loving times.
Just want to clarify.
No,
All clear.
Yeah, but you gotta realize.
Prostitution was legal then.
The fact that I can walk
Right.
into the ocean
No.
without fear of having to encounter used condoms is a bad thing.
Yeah, but
You still got to worry about it.
You weren't born in an era where a 17-year-old kid could go into a liquor store, pay $20 for a deposit on a beer tap, and then go collect money from his friends, and then come back and get a keg of beer at 17, drag it through the streets
Hell yeah.
to a parking lot that's empty in the middle of the night where him and his friends are going to hang out and not get busted.
Well, not get worried. Not worry about it. If they come, don't worry about it.
The box of lifestyles.
That's the perspective of someone who's like saying it that way.
Fair enough.
know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. I know
It's a little bit of an era.
Oh, Willowbrook era. You can just bring it to Willowbrook.
Good times though.
Yeah,
Not
really.
like hanging in the woods.
We're going to Willowbrook in a car and then finding
Opening your
like
trunk.
30 other cars in a line waiting for the drug dealer to come. Okay?
Times, yeah.
Weed dealer.
Weed dealer, right?
It's not a drug.
One thing.
I stand corrected.
One
All right? And not get caught. I mean,
Yeah.
this is the kind of shit that went on when I
Good
was
times,
a kid.
man. It was a different era, man.
You know? A bunch of 10-year-olds dragging...
And if cops
Yeah,
came, you know what they did? If the
Christmas
cops
trees.
came,
They-
everybody go home. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Don't make us get out of the car.
Don't let-
Over the
yeah.
horn.
Yeah.
Don't make us get out.
Disappear. We're coming back in 5 minutes. If you're
Yeah.
not gone, that's it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden,
Where we going
Giuliani.
now? Yeah,
Then Giuliani came
All
out.
right, where we going next, real quick? Watch over.
Right.
Yeah.
The other
Stay
one.
to the Watch over woods.
We'll cut from the castle, go over to the woods.
Right.
That's it.
Hurry up.
You know,
Hurry
What
up.
are we gonna do in the woods? Oh, we're gonna take Christmas trees, stick them in the creek, and light them on fire and watch. Oh, okay.
Saturday night.
While we drink beers.
Saturday night,
Yeah.
17.
Yeah.
Saturday night. Well, the 17-year-olds got it, and all the 14-year-olds
But
drank
you know,
it.
when I was 12, the age for beer was 18. I was 5'11" at 12.
Right.
Okay. So even though I wasn't shaving, they were like, "You 18? Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
Here you go.
Yeah, okay.
Are you 5'11"? You're
Yeah.
still 5'11", right?
Yeah, I hit 5'11" in the 6th
He's
grade.
strong.
Soon enough, man. My back's bad too.
I don't know. He's strong.
It's happening. It's going to
When
happen.
we get older, buddy, it's gonna be wheelchair races between the two of us.
I'm getting better.
Happy Patty's Day. Chief.
Yeah. What, to me?
Yeah, man. You
Salute
Irish?
to all the Irish.
Stop with that already.
I got a couple
It's not a
Irish
fucking
movies.
holiday.
We're
It's a
miserable,
day.
Jay. We're miserable. Irish people are miserable. You know?
No, we're miserable because our mother was miserable.
Pam.
If our mom would have been a cheerful person, we would be cheerful people.
I don't know. She seemed pretty goofy to me.
She's out there now, that's for sure.
Well, that's for sure.
You're not remembering the time she's screaming at you for touching the milk.
No, I am. I just don't hold any of it against her.
The green milk.
It was just a lay of the land. I just accepted it for what it was. I'm like,
we knew
I'm not
better.
touching the milk. I
Me
don't
and
know.
Billy knew better. Don't touch it. We didn't have that.
Everybody
We
was
didn't
getting
have
yelled at all the
slapping
time. I just
But
sat
Mom,
back.
I want cereal. Too bad. Don't touch the milk.
Too bad. So
I need breakfast.
I watched everybody else get yelled at, and I just was like, okay, I'm not doing that.
You were also the baby of the family too.
Yeah, but it was easy to learn. It was easy to learn from watching all the other dogs get kicked at the yard, like what not to do.
Do we have any more emails?
Why, do you want some?
I don't know.
Why don't you write one in? Help us fill out these last 10 minutes.
Hey, Palmer, write an email.
Okay.
No.
I got a recommendation.
Jay, where's this girl you're talking about?
Which one is that?
That's the recommendation.
The one that's coming. You said
Oh, yeah.
Well, that was I don't think that was pre-show.
canceled?
Vicky Baglialucci.
Bag of what?
Vicky Baglialucci.
That sounds like a disease.
Maybe.
I got the baglioch. Oh, no. I got to bag up my looch. I don't know what
Vicky
the
Bags.
fuck. There you go.
Bags.
That's a character from a fucking Danny Boyle movie.
Oh, Danny boy.
We all went down to see Vicky Bags. She had the best bags.
No, if,
All
you
right.
want, if you want a good fucking Patty's Day movie, I recommended it on Twitter today.
What do you got?
State of Grace, man.
Okay.
Sean
Listen,
Penn.
hold on. You don't even have to put that near Patty's Day.
Yeah, it's
that movie was an old school one that gets forgotten
But
about.
now it's just
That was a great movie.
It was at the time it came and went, but it was Sean Penn, Gary Oldman, and Ed Harris.
Gotcha.
At
they
their
were
best.
They were childhood friends, Irish guys in Hell's Kitchen.
Right.
And Sean Penn left and became a cop.
Okay.
Ed Harris became like head of the mob, like not the top, but right
But
under.
high up, yeah.
Irish
and,
mob.
and Gary Oldman was his brother. you want to see fucking three guys really act their fucking asses off, man.
Right. Early in their careers,
Oh, man, is that a good fight? But it takes place St. Patty's Day weekend.
Right.
When Sean Penn goes back, but nobody knows he's a cop.
Right.
Great fucking movie. That's a high recommendation, you know. Anytime. Doesn't have to
Altman
be-
is awesome.
It has
Altman
to,
is great.
he's just... Ed Harris is fucking awesome.
Let me tell you something. Nobody plays a greasy Irish killer better than Altman.
Did you see that?
No.
All right.
It seems like he always wants to make amends with his brother or become, get seen as in better ways in his brother's eyes, Ed Harris. But
Well, I'm going to tell Ed not to go to the movies and see Tomb Raider or 7 Years in Tibet or whatever the hell he's going to watch.
No, you'd like 7 Days in
Hold on
Tibet.
a second.
It's a hostage
He's never
movie.
And you need to go watch State of Grace. You're already...
You've never seen State of Grace?
No.
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
Have you seen that?
And you
all the movies,
graduated
no.
from film school?
But Ed, I feel like Ed should have. Like I can get away with not having seen it.
It was 1990.
You've seen it, don't even know it.
Maybe.
For you, though.
My brother-
This is something
For the
you
stuff that I usually get big
You're gonna
on.
like
Yeah,
it.
it looks like it's one of those ones that slipped through the cracks. Came
No,
out in
but-
September.
But
That's
you
what
know
I'm saying.
It's one you're gonna love to watch and watch the details of it. You're gonna thank Jay for bringing.
Yeah, it's just a great fucking movie. I took a snapshot and I put it on Twitter.
Oh, John Turturro's in it. All right.
Just fucking all right. That's it. We're right.
You're probably gonna see likings of it too.
If I didn't have you at Sean Penn, Ed Harris, and Gary Oldman, I don't know what to tell you, man.
No, Turturro.
Not even-
It's all Turturro.
He's not even Turturro yet. This is
I don't.
Right.
Oldman and Harris's hour.
John Turturro
Right.
could be playing a
Even
gold.
Sean Penn. Sean Penn.
Even
comes
Sean
back, he's
Penn,
pretty good.
exactly.
He could be playing a goldfish in the background, and you don't even see his face.
Turturro?
He's still the most dynamic
Turturro
thing
is a
on
great
screen.
actor. That's the bottom line.
not in this
For
movie.
an ugly bastard, he is the greatest fucking character actor out.
To me,
Turturro is great.
to me, I thought that this was where Gary Oldman should have been nominated.
Absolutely. There's so many more.
No. I wasn't saying stop.
Oh
Yeah.
I was just saying we're gonna wrap. That's all.
okay.
Do we have?
But I guess now.
Per who?
But now because
No, there's a couple.
it's time.
Miller's Crossing is
And I
another
gotta
good
pee.
Irish flick.
So we take a break. We take like a 3-minute break.
You
We play
can
a song.
piss now. I got this.
Oh, you're gonna work the computer, set this
Oh,
up, hit this at the
absolutely,
right
yeah,
time, turn the
exactly.
volume down over here, make sure Bob's queued up and ready to go.
You got Danny Boy on there,
See, definitely not letting you do it then.
Yeah, pipe sick.
or Mother McCree.
That's just racist.
God bless you and keep you there, Mother McCree.
All right, with that, I'm gonna take this as the segue out.
All right.
All right, so this has been an episode.
Yes, it has been.
If you're listening live, stick around. We're gonna come back in a couple of minutes. Gonna play a track.
I got a
I'm
thing.
gonna take a pee break.
Okay.
I got a couple, 2-3 things.
Got a couple, 2-3 things we'll get to, I guess, in the after show. Maybe we'll play a little game. We'll
You
see
have
if
a drink
Tommy's
with
gonna
me?
hang out still. What's
You
that?
have a drink with me?
I've been drinking with you the whole show.
No, you
Play a
haven't.
game.
Get coffee.
Do we get a prize yet, or is it still an empty box of shit?
Whoa. That's the web page. That's on the Facebook. You got a prize. You took the nerd quiz. This is just a game for fun. You don't remember because it's been so long.
Way back, but I took it so early on that it was still an empty box.
What's opening Perth Amboy right about now? We're going.
Everything.
For the Blarney Stone.
Everything's Spanish themed. Though.
Yeah.
Be ready to be Dominican themed.
All right. So, Jay, where can people find you on the internet?
Legends are better.
Okay. Chief, what happened?
Where can people find you on the web?
Man of Steel. Oh, no, Uncle Jay's thing.
There you go. Ed,
I'm at Edward O'Hare, TBD.
Bob,
At Bob WTPC.
cool.
You on Twitter, Tom?
Nah. He don't need to be. He don't need none of that. Not yet. Not
I'm the
yet.
working man is a sucker. That's it.
That's his name.
Man, this is
Working Man. Follow Tom at Working Man is a Sucker on Twitter. And then you can follow me at Wicked Theory. Follow the show, wickedtheory.com, all that good stuff. And how's that for apples? Bob, play us out of here.
The Wicked Theory podcast is heard live every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern until whenever. Just go to mixler.com/wicked-theory. Mixler is MIXLR. Sign up to join the chat. Then click the follow button to get reminders whenever the show goes live. You can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play Music, wherever good podcasts are given away for free, and at wickedtheory.com. You can support the show at patreon.com/wickedtheory. There you can get the after show if you miss it live. God forbid. Plus other exclusive episodes. As always, send your emails to podcast@wickedtheory.com.